I've actually got so much to say about Island Tug and Barge that I too am going to read here. Work life at Island Tug and Barge revolves around 2 annual events: the Seattle Maritime Festival in May and their Giving Tree in December. Now, we all know that Island Tug and Barge vessels always win the event in May. And one of the things that we are learning every year is that the children at Wellspring Family Services always are winners in the holiday season because of their generosity. The 50 employees and families at Island Tug and Barge love having the Giving Tree set up in their warehouse. Janine Ellefson, who works in HR and payroll, organizes the annual toy drive. Now, you can't do any better than having somebody in charge of payroll. She says, our crew and their families love to give gifts to these kids in need. Some guys pick up 2 or 3 children to buy gifts for. Eric Ellefson, who works as the dispatcher and in operations, also adds, I'm shocked at the generous response by our employees last December. It was the slowest time of the year and the economy was terrible. But the toy drive was always a big hit with the guys here at Island Tug and Barge. Island Tug and Barge has been providing quality marine towing throughout Puget Sound since 1979. The company's fleet has grown over the years, and today their area of operations includes the entire West Coast, including up into Alaska. And I understand periodically they'll be more than happy to tow something to Hawaii or Mexico or Guadalajara or any place else. Even though Island Tug and Barge has grown, they still remain a small company philosophy. Frank Ellefson is the center of the family operation, and Frank grew up in Ballard, the son of a tugboat captain himself. At age 19, Frank was employed as an able-bodied seaman and cook. Now that was in parentheses, so it must mean something special. Frank worked up the ladder to become a tugboat captain and is now president of Island Tug and Barge. Frank was introduced to Wellspring Family Services by George Reynolds, who, if you don't know, you will know by the end of the evening. At exactly the same time that George was starting his work at the board at Wellspring Family Services, he was helping Frank with the financing of Island Tug and Barge. And George, being George, he invited Frank to join him at the luncheon, and the rest, well, we're celebrating the rest of it tonight. Over the past 9 years, Island Tug and Barge has made annual gifts to ensure that families with children move from homelessness to stability. Over the years, this firm has invested nearly $45,000 in strengthening families. In addition, Island Tug and Barge has made the holiday season full of hope for more than 200 children. So it's my honor to recognize Island Tug and Barge, Frank Ellefson, if you would please accept our award.
I didn't expect to be here someday, but you can thank George for that. You can thank George for that because he kind of said, you know, you guys are doing okay now, maybe you should think about coming to this luncheon. So came to the luncheon and it was pretty obvious that this was a good cause, and you know, we've been involved ever since, and I'm happy that we have been. And a few years ago, like I said, the Christmas tree started, and we weren't sure how it was going to turn out. We just put the Christmas tree out, and we were surprised. We brought probably 3 truckloads of bicycles and toys and anything that was on the trees for the children. It's been real rewarding for everybody down at Island Tug, and we're all happy to be part of this. So thanks for the award. We didn't do it for that, but thanks for the